Hello, I've just finished another junk journal that I'd like to share. This one measures 6 by 9. It has a cloth cover. It's made with layers of cloth and a little bit of batting, machine stitched all the way around. I've added some lace to the spine. There are 2 pieces of fabric added together. This first floral print came from a dinner napkin. The back print has birds and butterflies on it. It came from Joanne Fabric. I've added a tie, a fancy closure to it that is made from torn sections of the dinner napkin, and I've reinforced the back with a little bit of muslin just in this section so I can hand stitch these vintage buttons for some decoration. And I've added these pretty trims to the outside binding, and this charm which comes off. It's a gold paper clip with these pretty buttons added for decoration. And let's take a look. And this closure is made so that the cover wraps around from the back. And if we go inside here, we've got this gorgeous fabric inside the cover, book page. Added some washi tape to this lined paper. This music paper is actually from the 40s and 50s. My grandparents did live radio, so this is some of the music paper that they had. This is a collage that I did, and I scanned the collage, then used Adobe Photoshop to add some extra things like I make my own brushes in Photoshop, some from my photos, and I've got a butterfly and a bird and some flowers added in here. So you could journal on that. And this is an altered paper clip made from burlap and lace and some music paper, some music ribbon, and a little bit of eyelash trim. More book page. Cardstock, bicycle built for 2, washi tape, you could definitely journal on that, and a tuck spot here with layers of cardstock, and a coupon or ticket layered with this pretty rickrack, and a digital image, and the words "Collect Beautiful Moments." One of my photos, some pretty yellow and green trim, a coloring book page, coffee dye paper, another altered paper clip with layers of paper, fabric, trim, the word "inspired," and this tips out, and I've stenciled and stamped the little butterflies there. And this is one of my photos. It is attached to a greeting card, and this is a page from a book that I decoupaged to seal it and cut down on the gloss, a digital image. And this folds out for journaling space. And this coffee dye paper, I folded up to make a pocket and stitched some layers of cardstock and this butterfly. And this is another one of the collages that I did with book page, music paper, paper napkins. You could journal on that. Some washi tape, punched butterflies with a little glitter. I'm not big on bling, but I like a little bit of glitter. A die cut butterfly, the word "dazzle." The center of the first signature, I've got washi tape here, butterflies, and I've punched and I stamped on this paper to give some dimension and pattern to the butterflies. Some washi tape, the word "dream." This pocket again folded up and layers of paper, and this border trim, stenciling. This image is special to me because there was a home here in the edge of town that was torn down 2 years ago to build a dollar store, and they allowed me in the house just before they tore it down, and I got to photograph the hand-painted paintings that were on the wallpaper there. And this is just typical of the Ohio Valley with the barns and the farmhouse and the birds. And I've got coffee dyed paper stitched to it, so that makes a nice journaling tag. in the back of the greeting card, in every walk with nature, one receives more than he seeks. Some stamping. This page, this double pocket, is made from a folded up page from a book about calligraphy, and more of my collaged page that I scanned, and then I added my photos here and here. I did that in Photoshop. A journaling tag here. The back of a coloring book page with some of this pretty washi tape, and I stitched this black lace. More tape, a digital page. Book page. This is a section of a calendar, and I layered fabric and lace, and I used this coffee dye paper because it matched the poppy here, and I thought this made a nice spot for journaling. This thrift store find, this pretty printed envelope, I have held shut with a packet of flower seeds on a paper. Oh, inside, this pretty embossed and glittered cardstock made into a card, and you could add your own items to that envelope. Journal here, or add another photograph. This pretty lace trim is sheer, and it was in with my mother-in-law's sewing supplies, and she's been gone more than 20 years, but I kept some pieces of that pretty lace. And I've attached this pocket to this lightly scented lavender shelf liner paper. And this is more of my photo. I ruffled, pleated some of the cardstock and stitched that on to coffee dye paper and made a tag there. And this pretty embossed and glittered paper with the pansies, I've stamped the words "Life's Beautiful," machine stitched some trim and stamped on the back. I love that paper, the birds and the flowers. And I've stenciled and stamped and fussy cut the bees, my photo, and layered some book page, scrapbook paper, my photo, paper here, vellum, coffee dyed paper. This tag, the story here is the lady on YouTube named Angela Anderson does how-to videos, and she actually walks you through painting this bird's nest and the eggs in it. And I did that walkthrough. I photographed my painting and then took it into Photoshop, printed it out on vellum, used blue thread to machine stitch that onto book page and craft paper, and you could journal on the back. Dark purple thread around this book page. My photos layered with this tuck spot, machine stitched some layers of paper and the rickrack, and this pretty 6x6 kind of floral photography paper pack that I got at Joann's a couple weeks ago. I really liked that image. And this page has two pockets in it. The bottom pocket, space for journaling. The top pocket, two tags, embossed cardstock. I've topped this with some of this pretty light green lace, I guess you'd call it. I bought it by the yard at Joann's. And this tag, I've stamped "Follow Your Art" and used a small fine point Sharpie to go around and add trim and swirls. Thrift store find, stationery. Some more fabric for a flip up. It's machine stitched, and I've added this piece of pretty sunflower paper for journaling. This is from a calendar that I bought that actually had the pockets attached at the bottom. I cut it down to make a page, and I've added this tag on cardstock. I've got a greeting card layered with paper and washi tape and printed tissue paper, and added sari silk and twine at the top and stamped butterflies. And in that pocket, this pretty page from a book on needlework. In this pocket, I've layered book page, washi tape, and I've printed out this proverb, all the flowers of all the tomorrows are in the seeds of today. Make this pocket, and I've got this pretty mason jar tag, another thrift store find, pretty images there, more paper and stickers. Love the center of the signature, my favorite element of this whole book. I've got coffee dye paper, and I've stamped and then layered craft paper with book page and the image of the bird, and machine stitched around that, held the lace in place, and then wound this into a layered bow and stitched that on. And over here, this bird image was from a glossy magazine, so I used the decoupage to tone that down and seal it. Embroidery floss, hand stitched the image to the page, and then tied the embroidery floss into a bow at the top, and punched these flowers from cardstock out of papers that matched the colors. And I really like this too, because the stitching makes a frame here that you could journal in or add a photograph and then maybe doodle around the edges. This is washi tape, the second part of that calendar pocket, and I've taken scrapbook paper and fussy cut this section from another piece of paper and folded it and stitched it into a pocket. You could journal here or add another image to the back. This pocket, layers of cardstock, and I've die cut the butterflies and stitched them on. And in the pocket, some page from a wonderful book called The Language of Flowers about daffodils, orchids. And this page has more of that ruffled pleated paper sewn on and stenciling in this pretty journaling spot. My photo, a sticker, more purple thread, another pocket with washi tape, another journaling spot, more vellum, my photos and washi tape, stamped butterflies, and more of that pretty bird paper folded over into a pocket. And in the pocket, pages from a book, decoupage paper napkins here, the journal here, stamped the bike, colored it in with coloring pencil, more of that drawer liner paper, and stitched some pretty lavender lace along the edge and the back of the journal with that pretty fabric. And there you have it. I love this one. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a blessed day. Thanks. Bye.